What's going on, guys? My name is Mr. Hurricane, and today, perhaps the biggest news of the offseason so far has been made with the Minnesota Vikings reportedly trading Percy Harvin to the Seattle Seahawks for 3 picks. Now, this trade will not become official until tomorrow when the new league year begins at 4 p.m. Eastern, which is also when free agents can start signing. So, free agency begins tomorrow, but here's a little appetizer as the Vikings have dealt one of the league's best playmakers and maybe the most versatile player to Seattle, and he's going to go and team up with guys like Russell Wilson and Sidney Rice, his ex-Vikings teammate, as the Seahawks look to be one of the front-runners now for the NFC, on paper at least, going into next year. They're an impressive team, a lot of young talent, and they were already a great team without Percy, and you add him in there, and now they have that speed element in the passing game. He can be a field stretcher, he can work the slot, he can play running back if Lynch needs to have a breather, because Percy, like I said, he's versatile. He came in and played running back sometimes, he can play slot, he can play outside. The Vikings mainly use him as a slot receiver and a guy that would catch screen passes, and they focused the play calling around Percy Harvin when he was healthy this year. Now, to get Percy Harvin, the reports are that the Seahawks have had to trade their this year's first-round pick and 7th-round pick, along with a mid-round pick next year in 2014. And now, me being a Vikings fan, I'm actually really excited about this because I've been ready for the Vikings to trade Percy Harvin. He had the trade demands last year. He's obviously been unhappy with his role and different things with the team. And there's been multiple reports about how he's been in confrontations with head coach Leslie Frazier, and I think it was just the right time to let him go. The only thing I thought that would stop the Vikings from trading him were that they wouldn't get a fair trade offer and they wouldn't just want to give him for scrap. But what I think happened is you have teams like Seattle, maybe San Francisco, maybe New England, and there's a good chance all 3 of those teams wanted Percy, and so the price gets driven up, and the Vikings get a very good deal for Percy Harvin, a guy who's known for being injury-prone, and I don't want to say a diva receiver, but Percy Harvin, he has his risks, and obviously Seattle has to pay him number 1 receiver money. He wants like around 10 to 12 million a year, and they already have a guy, Sidney Rice, who's already getting paid a hefty amount, whom they already got from Minnesota, by the way, and so they have to pay Percy Harvin, and they also have to keep him healthy. I mean, Percy missed 7 games last year, not including the postseason, because of an ankle injury he suffered in Seattle the last game he actually played in. And part of the reason why I wanted the Vikings to trade Percy was that they won 4 games to finish the year without Percy Harvin, and I just thought that was the right time to move on. They can get some picks for him now, and they can see what they can do in free agency and the draft to replace Percy, because they don't have very many receivers under contract now. After tomorrow, they're going to have Steven Burton, Jarius Wright, and Chris Summers, who was a practice squad guy last year. So the Vikings are going to be busy in the draft and free agency to replace Percy Harvin and to completely retool this passing game. And so if Percy is healthy and can contribute for the Seahawks, I think it's a win-win deal for both teams, but there's also the risks that come with Percy Harvin, and we'll see how it pays off for Seattle. The Vikings do play Seattle on the road again this year. Obviously, their opponents are already released, and the Vikings will play against Percy Harvin, and perhaps tomorrow the trade will become official. So let me know, guys, in the comment section, what do you think about Percy Harvin going to Seattle? It's a big risk, but it could pay off in a big way. And how do the Vikings fix this receiving core now? They have a lot of options, especially with 2 first-round picks at 23 and 25 overall. Anyways, guys, I'll have some more coming your way maybe tomorrow with free agency beginning in the new league year, but we'll see what happens, guys. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.